mistaken, son. I never saw myself here, wandering in these moments, strolling in this place with no name. No name to the right side of town, but here in these parts it's everyone's stop. A stop for a drink to the lips, a stop for a secret whisper to the ears around. A hidden enigma that has become my life. I gotta say, I never saw myself here, but then again, I never saw myself falling for a wise guy like Johnny. Quite often I'd assured them all the hushed words were above my pay grade, but yet I still find myself in this dark place on this rainy night, meeting a detective no less. Good evening. I gotta say, I know why you've called me here, but I do not know where Johnny is. I don't know where he went, and I have not heard from him. This could have been handled much more delicately. Forgive me, sir, but my face will give away nothing, for I know nothing of what Johnny's been up to. I have come here out of respect for you and this establishment. If I may, you've wasted so much of my time already. Asked your questions, I've given my answers, but here we are once more. Don't you think if I knew something about where Johnny was, I would tell you? I'm not the type of girl for trouble. Surely you understand that, even though you've brought me to this place. I'm afraid I have never been here before. No, not even with Johnny. Well, go on if you must. Ask your questions. Get your thoughts together. Well, you have called me here. I might as well treat myself to a drink. You do not know what type of person I am. Or Johnny, for that matter. All you need to know is of our innocence. Both of us. It may be hard to believe, but we have nothing to do with this case of yours. Whatever it is you're looking into, you found the wrong people. I assure you. But, as I said, respect for you. Well, my mama raised me right, so I'm here to show you the courtesy, even though you've asked these questions before. I've answered several times, but you just are so dead set that I know what Johnny's been up to, which is nothing, or that I know where Johnny's run off to, and I just don't. Well, if you must, The last time I saw Johnny was probably 3 nights ago. We'll go with that. I'm a little old to be keeping a diary. He was leaving for work, of course. An honest man's work. Don't go second-guessing what I say. Only seek to speak the truth with you so you can solve your case and find the correct people that are not me and Johnny. Sure. I've known him, I'd probably say half a year or so. We met through a friend of a fella. You would know him. He's not your type, you see. You seem very straight-laced and, of course, you did suggest this place, which has an interesting feel to it, if you will, but wouldn't have been my first pick. I would have graciously come down to your office, of course. As I said, my face here, this scenery around us is not going to tip you off of anything. I haven't been here before. Johnny hasn't been here before. I know him, of course. I know the type of man that he is. And this case here, it's not him. No. I'm afraid you're mistaken. I'm not sure. Couldn't say. When was that? Oh, no. Couldn't have been Johnny. We were out of town that day visiting my parents. I'm sure they remember. Don't know what to tell you. We've been over this before. You've asked your questions and I've answered honestly for you. Gave you that courtesy. Perhaps you could give me the courtesy of letting me go and live my life and wait for Johnny to come home. I would appreciate if we could end this here and now. The last thing I want is for him to come home and then have to face this sort of interrogation. It's very uncivilized. Perhaps. You're not a drinker. You did invite me here, so I could only assume. You'll be happy to know that I handle my liquor quite well, so no slip of secrets, if you will. Not that I have any. I've told you the God's honest truth. I'm so sorry you've gone off on this path, so dedicated to look into my poor Johnny and whatever details or association you think that I have with your case. It's a shame you wasting your life away on something like this. Do you got a family of your own? I understand you don't want to answer. It's just you've been asking me questions for days now. And here we are again, but true to my word, I'm here, answering all your questions. Alright, what is it you want me to look at? I can do my best, but I'm not promising anything. These here. I've seen a lot of faces. I'm not necessarily gonna remember all of them. Well, let's see. This one right here. Yes, her face. Recognize her from the diner downtown, but other than that, the others. You know, say he looks familiar, but I can't place him. Perhaps he works for my daddy. Not sure. He does look familiar, but I'm a people person, you see. Let's see. And this one here is familiar, but I could have gone to school with them, or perhaps run into them around town. It's a small town, of course. And this one here, I can see that it's a picture of myself and Johnny. Did you need me to identify myself, or did they teach you how to do that in detective school? I figured as much. Oh, didn't mean anything by it. Well, do believe I've answered your questions. I've looked at your photographs. I have wished you the best of luck with your case. But you have no evidence, no witnesses or anything to place Johnny anywhere near that location, those people, or the whole of your case. I'm so sorry I can't do more. I find it very hurtful that you would raise your voice to me in such a manner. I have been nothing but courteous and kind to you. I came all the way over across town to this godforsaken place to answer your questions, and now you're going to raise your voice to me. I have not been cruel to you, and I do not know where Johnny is. I'm sorry, I need a moment. Just never been treated in such a manner. If that is all, I would love to go home now. I do believe you've upset me quite enough for one evening. I have no more answers for you. What is it that you want? We've done this over and over again. This is the last time. I can't. I know you've got me thinking that Johnny's not going to come home. You've put that fear in me. I mean, I can't imagine myself being a widow at such an age. I can't. What would the town think? What would I do? Of course, I love Johnny so much, but I just can't imagine. Well, you've done this to me. You've made me feel this way, and I'm trying to keep it together. We are in a public location, of course, but my emotions are bubbling over, I'm afraid. What other questions do you have for me, sir? Do you intend to just sit there and be cruel? Last time I saw Johnny was 3 nights ago. We've been over this. He was going to work. Honest man's work. I have not heard from him since. Not a call, not a letter. Not a friend of a friend. I do not know where he is. I have filed a report. You know this. You were the detective put on the case, and you've created this connection to whatever case you're obsessing with. Well, I'm sorry, but you've lost my courtesy of kindness with your harsh words. If that is all, I believe we're done here. Myself together. The whole room is staring at me. Good evening, sir. Do may concern that assumption that so many have about us gals being damsels in distress could make my eyes roll. But until society thinks otherwise, use it to your advantage. Here we are, meeting in this dark place. They're thinking poor Johnny is the brains of this operation, when this whole thing has been my idea. Johnny, it's me. No, don't think he suspects a thing. Don't think he's as smart as they said. Got so uncomfortable when I turned on the tears, completely forgot the main focus of the case, and the evidence that connects it to you. But not to worry. He'll find a new source or new evidence that will point him in a different direction.